Hi, Spout Loreans. Abdul here with a quick pre-show announcement. If you haven't heard, this coming Monday, August 26th, is the day that we will be launching the first season of our bonus show, Mallbrats, on a brand new public feed with newly scored and remastered episodes. Launch week is going to be pretty huge, with a brand new episode dropping every day. And we're also doing a collab with our friend, the incredibly talented artist, Casey Golden, where she'll be drawing the Cool Treat Kids in her own amazing style. Launch weeks are hugely important for new shows, so we're asking all our listeners to please go and subscribe to the new feed, which is live right now. And when that first episode drops, listen, rate, review, all that good stuff. We genuinely love this show so much, and we think you'll love it too. We're also going to be doing a bunch of launch week giveaways for listeners of the new show, where we'll be giving away custom Spout Lore merch packages from our friends at Fantasy by Numbers, with amazing pins and ornaments and coasters, all with custom Spout Lore art on them. And also, one lucky listener will win the one-of-a-kind Cool Treat Kids character art that Casey is creating. If you'd like to enter to win Casey's gorgeous artwork or any of the amazing merch packages that we're giving away, all you have to do is click the link in the show notes and head over to the new feed and subscribe. Then, when the first episode drops on Monday, rate and review 5 stars or more, and make sure you sign the review with your Discord or social handle so we can find you to give you your amazing Spout Lore memorabilia. From everyone here at Spout Lore, thank you so much. We hope you like the new show.
Spout Lore is brought to you by listeners like yourself. If you want to check out more stuff or give us a support, go to www.pat. I'll start over.
It sounds like a fucking Alta Vista ad.
Gather round, friends, let me tell you a tale of 3 heroes, noble and bold. A brute, a druid, and a thief who is but 9 years old. You know them by name, you know them by deed. Their quests are famously daring. So here I sit, singing to you an adventure that is worth sharing. Tuck is the brute, he knows not his home, he loves to sing and fight. Thing is half elf, he shifts his shape and wields a spear with great might. Billy's a thief, his tiny size does mask the largest heart. Best and brightest they may not be, but their friendship outweighs their smarts. So gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale's about to start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spout Lore. I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me, as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
Hello, everybody.
Playing Ving, the half-elf druid, Paul Oppers.
Hello there.
And playing Fat Billy, the halfling thief, Jessica Tai.
Hello.
When last we left our heroes, they began their journey from the Roost headquarters of the Crows to Lone Tree Hill, fortress of the Pumpkin King. They came in the accompaniment of the Crows themselves, as well as their leader, the mysterious and cunning Wild Bill. The party accompanied these halflings across the blasted wastelands of the Everwood Valley on their journey to defeat their foe.
And I'm remembering that the original plan was to go take over the Pumpkin King's horde so that we could use the pile of groceries, as Jessica put it.
Yes. To attract the crows.
To attack the pig.
Yeah, to
attract the pigs.
Attract the pigs.
And then
take down Razor Tusk.
Take down Razor Tusk.
Yeah.
Take his armor off. And the Hogpocalypse forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's ultimately what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But
that's an important thing to remember.
That's good. Let's put a pin in that.
let's put a pin in that.
That's where we started.
Because we're in the middle of a wrestling match right now.
On
Yeah.
stage.
Right, I forgot. Okay, so on their way through the lands, they discovered a massive barricade of discarded furniture from surrounding farmlands, protecting an intact field of corn. The party traveled through this towering pile of detritus before one of the younger members of the Crows made the classic Aladdin blunder of touching a shiny thing that he saw in a dangerous place, bringing the furniture crashing down. Ving solved this problem by summoning the spirit of an elk who formed a body out of the furniture, also creating kind of like a city bus. And then you guys had a thing to ride. Your new friend Dodge, the giant elk made out of furniture. The party continued. You arrived at Lone Tree Hill, having made probably 6 or 7 different plans on the way there. Landing on, Billy will illusion all of the halflings to look like potatoes in the butt of the elk.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trojan horse into Lone Tree Hill
Mm-hmm.
and use that as a sort of surprise attack to gain access to the Pumpkin King's horde.
Totally.
And then we arrived at Lone Tree Hill.
Yeah. And then
You approached the people on the wall.
The problem was Paul started talking before anybody else was the thing.
don't use my name. Have I got a good idea now?
So Ving took
That's how I
point.
captured an audience.
Ving took points on the arrival and immediately announced you all as a circus.
As a circus that was wanted to give food
Yes.
for the privilege of performing.
That
Yeah.
food then being added to the horde where we were eventually trying to get,
Uh-huh.
I think was maybe some of my reasoning.
But that's also not how circuses work.
Oh, no.
They
Yeah,
take
no.
money to perform.
Yeah.
It did work though. The halfling said that while they wouldn't allow you
Sorry,
in,
Sean, can you say that again?
the plan did kind of work, as the halflings didn't say that you could come in, but they said that they would come out and they would watch your performance. So you started setting up a stage, chairs, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Tuck rigged up some pyrotechnics
Mhm.
and failed miserably,
Yeah.
unknowingly creating a series of bombs along the front of the stage that will explode at some point.
Yeah, I packed a bunch of music bottles with gunpowder, and I was like, these are going to look so pretty.
Yeah.
I love the smell of spotlights in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the play began, sort of a combination of Perfect Strangers and Lucha Libre wrestling.
Yeah.
Billy came out with a mask and a cape. Ving was dressed like I
think he also had like a cape on.
Yep. And Tuck was dressed like a Harlequin clown.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Because when I introduced them, like it very quickly evolved into just like a wrestling match
Yeah.
with some backstory.
A little bit of backstory.
fun.
But the crowd clearly wants a wrestling match.
They want a wrestling match.
Yeah. Dodge, the elk, was brought inside
Mhm.
as a gift.
Mhm.
And that is where we find our heroes now. Tell me the scene that we are seeing play out on stage right now. Where are we at in the performance?
I think we're still squaring off and maybe giving too much backstory.
Okay.
That kind
Okay,
of that
Sure.
part of wrestling, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start with some exposition then from the characters.
Our uncle always liked you better.
Yeah, no wonder, right? And Billy flexes.
And the audience goes, ooh.
And the halflings clap. Yeah. Get him.
Bing goes,
And they go,
Hisses.
boo, boo.
And then Billy goes, "How's the weather up there?"
And the halflings go, they love that. They love roasting tall people.
And then Tuck takes like one of those like metal sheets and makes a thunder sound with it.
and spits on Ving. Okay, the spitting. We could do without the spitting. You'll find out the weather when I launch you into space. And then we start doing a little like squaring off around each other,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And we get them to just stomp their feet.
They start stomping and clapping.
Okay.
And Tuck has like the sort of like the chorus goes to the front of the stage, and then he goes, "My halfling brethren, who do you think will arrive victorious? The pure and
Pure is an interesting way to start.
the pure of heart halfling
Yeah, well, halfling.
who has gravies."
Oh, yeah, gravy. Woo, let's give it up for gravy. Gravy.
And I the gravy libre. And then I go, or the stupid bitch. I could tell what the crowd wanted, so I was just going with it.
Okay.
Bing can see that the halflings are not interested in the perfect strangers like
Yeah.
the unit as
The
it
thing.
really is, and now it's a
No,
fight.
we have common ground. We're here to find common
Here
ground.
to learn from each other's customs.
I think that the halfling might win.
And you can see, guys, up on the wall, the Pumpkin King, he crosses his little arms under his big pumpkin helmet. And he kind of starts to turn away. It seems like he's bored.
Oh, no.
And we cut, like the camera cuts to the inside, and you can see a bunch of potatoes in the ass of this elk start rumbling around
Yeah.
and like moving. So if you don't keep the Pumpkin King's attention,
Okay.
And Tuck goes, dude, you gotta play it up like you're the bad guy.
I am here to eat the hearts of each and every halfling.
roll a Defy Danger charisma.
Here I go. Sick. I got 9. Oh my god.
Oh, Dade.
I aid.
Okay.
Okay.
Billy pulls out his jingly sword and he takes out the blade. He's like, no,
Actual
no.
intrigue.
Yeah, not if I eat yours first.
Whoa. Shit.
Okay. So
Holy
that's
fuck.
so that's a failure. So it's still 7 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 4.
Which means something bad happens to Billy.
Billy didn't grip it properly. So he cuts his own hand.
Oh, he
and
cuts
there's
his own
blood
hand.
going everywhere.
So Ving goes into scared mom mode and then drops the I'm gonna eat your heart and goes into you've got blood on your hands. Oh my god, Billy. Oh my god. What have you done?
This is foreshadowing your blood on my hands.
Billy, roll a d4.
Okay. 3.
3 points of damage as you slice your own hand deep. Oh, and the 7 to 9 is that, yeah, like they're still like, yeah, but you are worried because Billy is bleeding everywhere.
So now I start orchestrating the play to try and hate him outwardly and heal him inwardly.
Okay, and the Pumpkin King sees the blood and goes, whoa, like leans in.
Billy's spraying it everywhere.
Oh my god.
He's spraying the crowd with
Yeah.
it.
And they're like, oh, what the fuck?
Ving's trying to get him like to sit on him basically to get him to
Yeah.
stop spraying people.
And this is when we start wrestling for real.
Yes, it
Yeah.
turns into an actual wrestling match right now.
Yeah.
And then Tuck goes, the evil druid is thirsty for blood.
No, boo.
Keep him away from my blood.
My precious, precious blood.
And that's what he's
precious
doing. Like,
blood.
oh yes, you know, when a mom puts a spit
Yeah.
on it. Oh,
He's,
delicious. Why is it so sweet, Billy? Tastes like corn syrup.
don't worry about it.
We gotta take you to a doctor for sure.
Oh my god.
There, you have to have diabetes. This
Your
is
blood is giving me diabetes.
I'm
He's
pre-diabetic.
drinking my blood. He's eating me alive.
I'm putting poisons in there to make you weaker. Healing potion, healing potion. Can I heal him?
The
Poultice.
poultice takes a while.
Okay, okay.
You can stop the bleeding,
yeah.
but the damage will remain.
I
until
take
you
a piece of
have
my
some time.
costume, like, oh no, let go. And you like rip it off. You have ripped my costume and tie it up his
My
hand.
costume.
what is your costume?
Oh yeah. It is it's a cape
Uh-huh.
of many colors.
Ooh.
Technically many colors.
A technically many-colored dream cape.
A nightmare cape.
Oh, nightmare cape.
I have a
Whoa.
nightmare, multicolored nightmare cape on.
Cool.
Where did you guys get these costumes, by the way?
I found it in the elk innards.
There's a huge trunk.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he's got a hat with like giant horns that come down and then up.
Ooh.
Whoa.
They're from a Jacob's sheep. And
Ooh.
he's put on his gray shawl as a big beard.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And not a whole lot else. He's
Yeah.
got like a skin suit on, like a Ving colored flesh suit on. So he's like really skinny.
Wow.
He looks like a little monster.
He looks like a naked, a little, he's 7 feet tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
And he's
6'10" or whatever.
Really doing all this lanky business with a lot of knees
Yeah.
and elbows. It's really
He
weird.
like kind of looks like a chupacabra.
Yeah, it's a chupacabra for sure,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah. Anyways, he's super skinny and long and pointy, and he's covered in, he's like duct taped some hair to him and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Where is their hair?
Down there. Because he realized that when he had a naked suit on, that they would just be like, oh, he just doesn't have any junk, so he just hid it in a bunch of hair suit.
Mm.
Did you make your feet into like hooves?
Nope.
Okay.
But I mean, yes,
You were most
and-
no. You can say no. You were just in my mind most of the way to satyr already. So I was
Yes.
just like, "Are you a satyr?"
Oh, yeah, pretty much. He did turn his hands into hooves and his mouth into hooves.
So you're a reverse satyr with hoof mouth.
Hoof mouth and hoof disease.
Yeah. Oh god.
So, okay. Your plan here is to continue the performance
Yeah,
and distract the Pumpkin King long enough for the crows to do their thing?
yeah. so that they can get out and
Mhm.
like break into the horde
Yeah.
and
Okay.
open it up.
Ving
Okay.
clocks that he really likes blood, so then he opens one of the music bottles and then opens his forehead because he knows there's a lot.
Whoa.
Like he in a fake tussle with Billy,
Mhm.
and then he opens his forehead because there's a lot of blood there.
Oh,
So it's
wrestling
like,
style. Yeah,
wrestling
where
style.
they'd nick their forehead so they get
Mhm.
covered in blood.
Yeah.
Can I ask what Billy's dress is?
He's wearing that Nacho Libre kind of outfit.
It's like
So he's got no shirt on, but
No
he's
shirt
got
on. He's got
the wide belt.
sash,
Yeah.
jorts.
George.
Shiny George.
Yes.
I will acknowledge that 5 words into your description, you deviated from the Nacho Libre.
I did.
Sash. Jorts.
Jorts.
2 words.
No. Shiny, loose jorts. No shirt.
Basketball shorts.
Yeah.
He looks like a bully from the 90s.
Yeah. He smeared a lot of stuff on himself, like dirt and paint. And he's wearing a mask.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
And he's got a little cape on.
He's got a cape.
Yeah. So he also looks insane. Both of you look like the bad guy in this play
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm tussling with Ving. I'm trying to do a flip using his horns.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh,
well,
sick.
Yeah,
if that
and
was
Billy,
and I'm
Billy, what are
going,
you doing?
Ving, help me. Like, make it look cool.
Okay. Hold on.
2d6 plus dexterity, I
We have to
guess.
time this right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Aid.
Holy
hold
shit.
on.
You can't.
I'm not good.
Dexterity.
4 plus 2 is 6.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Please
Aid.
aid me.
Aid.
Yeah. 3, 2.
1.
1.
Oh,
Holy
Oh.
shit.
Yes.
These are hot rolls.
Yes.
Nice. I got 11.
Ooh.
So 7 to 9, which means that Ving flips over Billy.
I really launched myself.
Yeah. And as you're like, you turn over once, turn over twice, and you're like facing one of the footlights, and it fucking bang right,
Oh,
right in front of you. Not enough that you like it is powerful, but it was mostly bright. And it's a burst of music, like so loud
Whoa.
for a second. What kind of music bursts out of this bottle? But just the beginning of it.
Yeah.
So it's just the scream from Sabotage. And so you're like, your ears are ringing, your eyes are fucking, you can't see for a second. You got big circles in the middle of your eye from the flash, and you're kind of deaf a little bit.
And then Tuck got too amped, so he gets a folding chair and smashes Ving as hard as he can. Because he was like, that's it!
And the halflings go, yeah! And the
Pumpkin
Can I
King.
roll
The
for
Pumpkin
that?
King's hands are like on the edge of the battlement, like leaning forward.
Oh my God, we'll sell you the whole battlement, but you'll only need the hatch.
What are you rolling to do here?
Are
Are you rolling
To hit
hack
him
and slash
really
to
hard.
hit Ving?
I guess, yeah, it's PvP now.
Oh my God.
2d6 plus strength for hack and slash.
Jesus.
That's 11.
Okay. So you're rolling Tuck's damage, which is what's your damage there?
D10.
3.
Okay, not
That's-
too bad. So Ving has a very jarring 2 seconds where the bottle explodes in your face. It's really loud and bright, and then you get hit with a folding chair.
My forehead is open.
Yeah, you are, and now it's like you didn't even have to cut it open because it's open in a different place now, and you are bleeding.
Okay.
But the halflings are enraptured, so the camera can cut inside for a moment. What do we see happening?
I like it. I think it's funny that the elk is pooping out potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the side view, we see a bunch of potatoes tumbling out
Plop
of
out.
the booty.
Yeah, and it's kind of, Dodge is kind of like crouching down a little bit and like shaking them out of his butt.
Nice. His
Like
tail's up.
Yeah.
Like a dog taking a shit.
Exactly, yeah.
And then he kicks the dirt behind him.
And inside of Lone Tree Hill, we see the village, as we might remember from the Billy Spout Lore Origins a couple of years ago. A collection of small buildings, dwellings, sort of like an outdoor kind of market, stall, arcade kind of thing, like, you know, a big awning with sticks and a newspaper printer off in the distance with a sketchy, shifty looking figure running back and forth between the front and back doors.
They say, I am totally normal. Today is a totally normal business day.
Don't look at what I'm doing in here, even though you can see it all. That, but then draped with banners with a hastily painted jack-o'-lantern face on them. And I guess in the middle of town, so everybody can see it, no one can sneak up on it. a big pile of food.
And there, you got a
It's in
push
the middle
broom.
of town.
Yeah, right in the middle of town.
And somebody comes out with a push broom and brooms all the potatoes into the pile.
Oh, yeah. And they're like, what are all these potatoes doing out here? Time for you to go with your friends, potatoes. Sweep, sweep, sweep. I love sweeping the potato pile. You know, a lot of people think that the Pumpkin King's been bad for Lone Tree Hill, but before I just swept the ground. Now look at me, I'm sweeping potatoes. And all the halflings are like, what is this guy's
What is-
deal?
Who is he talking?
Oh, man,
They're all
Sweeping Steve has lost his mind.
like, who is he talking to? Is he just talking to himself, or is there another person?
And the potatoes get swept into the big pile of food, and Sweepin' Steve walks along looking for something else to sweep. And after a few moments of silence, one of the potatoes blinks its eyes.
Cute.
And we cut back outside. What do we see?
Tuck has wheeled out one of those old style like backgrounds that like look like waves, and there's like a ship.
Ooh.
Oh.
Fun.
Billy's rowing this fake little wooden ship.
And there's a second ship with Ving in it behind.
Chasing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing this with his arms. He doesn't have any oars. He's
Yeah.
at the front of the boat swimming the ship.
Billy is throwing balls of yarn at Ving, and he's doing like cannonball.
And Tuck shakes everything when Cannonball goes off. And one of the bombs actually does go. Ving goes,
Oh,
"Oh,
shit. I'm so sorry.
Ving is losing a lot of blood right now. He's getting a little bit woozy.
So Billy goes to balls of gauze, and he's like, another cannonball.
It hits him like in the eye. Oh god.
No.
Sticks to all the blood and unrolls. So now
Yeah.
he's just got this big thing of gauze hanging off his face.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I know what you guys are doing. Your plan continues to be put on a show, distract everybody.
Yeah, but Tuck has a plan because he's been really going hard on all of this, and he goes to the front of the stage as the whole thing is happening. He points at Billy and he's like, "Our brave hero attempts to escape on the sea of graves."
Oh, yeah.
Jessica did. What is this symbol?
Just two peace symbols.
You did a
cross in
Wolverine.
front of her chest. Yeah.
Billy does do
Yeah,
that.
Billy does this.
But the evil druid, and he points at Ving.
And he's like, help, please. Please don't make fun of me anymore.
And then Tuck leads into Ving. He's like, "I'm so sorry, buddy, but you gotta hold it together a little bit longer."
Your touch is comforting me so much right now. Thank you so much. I'm keeping it together. The show must go on.
And then Tuck goes, "But the evil druid is catching up with his arcane arts." And then, Tuck takes like the boat that Ving is in and like lifts it up in the air as if it's gonna smash
Oh.
down on Billy. And Tuck goes, "Only one so brave as the Pumpkin King could save our brave hero." And then I take Billy's sword and throw it up to the Pumpkin King. "Please, Pumpkin King, come help."
Okay. Defy danger charisma.
And I'm trying to get him out of the tower
Oh,
and down.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For audience participation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I go, "Don't you want to see your brave king save this pure halfling?" 2d6 plus charisma?
Yeah, charisma. Defy
Okay.
danger.
12.
Okay.
Decent.
The Pumpkin King shoots his hand up, grabs the sword by the handle,
Holy shit.
Glitters.
looks at it, and is like, no, does the like, I couldn't possibly like hand wave.
I knew he would be chicken. Bark, 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 bark.
And the halflings start turning around and they go, Pumpkin King, Pumpkin King. And they're like clapping, like, come on, Pumpkin King, Pumpkin King. And he holds up his hands and he nods and he starts walking down. Yeah. He disappears and then the gate creaks open just a little bit. And the Pumpkin King.
And I like that he comes out like with a kind of
Yeah.
actorly like smile on his face.
He's trying to like really put on a show for his people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts swinging the sword around. He's got his jack-o'-lantern helmet. You can see like halfling features underneath in the light of the lamps that you've put up.
He's not just a pumpkin person.
I
Yeah.
guess is all I'm trying to say. It's not a pumpkin
He's
man.
not just a Nichabod.
No, not anymore. And he approaches the stage and he gets up onto the stage and holds his hands and the sword up aloft. And the halflings all cheer. Yeah, Pumpkin King. Pumpkin King. And he kind of makes a show of facing off with Ving.
Okay, now, yeah, Ving starts engaging in a very slow... Okay, into slow motion now. He's like, winks at him. He's like, here we go. To try and take up more time.
Okay.
You know, goes into bullet time to allow the potatoes to do their magic.
Yeah, totally. And inside, what do we see? The potatoes have been pooped out onto the ground.
I mean, they would have to like restrain people.
Yeah, maybe. So
that's what they're doing.
Oh,
yeah, we see like a sort of, halfling like standing guard. Like the camera pans past a halfling standing guard and a potato runs off screen, grabs him and pulls him around a corner.
Oh, like they're stealth
Yeah.
potatoes?
They're still in potato form?
Yeah.
But then now they're normal because they've put on like the stolen person's clothes.
Oh, yeah. Now they're
cool.
just a halfling. Yeah. And there's
Yeah.
like a couple playing haystacks, like the halfling version of Cornerstone.
Oh, cool.
And they like get pulled out of the room that they're in through a window, and then two halflings take their place.
I saw one of the potatoes like on a cutting board, and the halfling about to cut it, and then they cut their arm with their wrist, and they put it back in their face, and then knocked them out and took their clothes.
Yeah.
They were about to get cooked up.
That's so sick. So there's like a Metal Gear Solid like stealth segment happening in the middle of this.
They're just like quietly like going through the town,
Zero.
replacing people.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe the plan is like install themselves.
That's
So when the
basically-
show's over,
Great.
you're in
Oh.
control.
Mhm.
Whoa, cool.
And all the others are outside.
Yeah.
And then we fortify the fortress.
Yeah, because
Uh-huh.
we got the like regular people outside, like the women and children and stuff, and then only the guards were left inside.
Mhm.
And then we
Right.
drew the king himself out.
Mhm.
This plan is working great, you might say. All of us might say that.
High five.
So the Pumpkin King is delightfully playing the part of hero, slow-mo fighting with Ving.
Yeah.
And Ving is really milking the time here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. What do we see that signals that the town has been secured?
A flag. The pumpkin flag goes
Oh,
down
yes.
the flagpole.
Oh.
So the three of you see the flag go down on the pole, and you know that the fort has been taken.
Yeah.
What do
Oh.
you do?
Well, we don't have to do anything because the fuses has finished.
So then one of the bottles explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shooting shards of molten glass everywhere.
So the Pumpkin King raises his sword triumphantly for a final blow.
Mm-hmm.
And just as he begins to bring the Jester sword down,
Ving catches his hand.
and then the bombs explode.
Yeah. And the music that starts playing is ba 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 as like they're all exploding.
Yeah,
Beethoven.
Yeah, totally. So there's explosions, and that halfling families get out of harm's way. They shield their heads and eyes as they dash backwards toward the gates.
And Ving's like, be careful, everybody. What did you do, Tuck?
Boom! And people are blinded and deafened.
Tuck is like can't see. He's like something went wrong with the pyrotechnics.
Ving has secured the Pumpkin King, and he's also trying to deflect glass and save the people.
Yeah, so the people run back to the gates, and the gates are closed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, we did. Whoa, why? How could it be?
But Ving, you're trying to restrain the Pumpkin King?
Yeah, he's got him, and he caught it from down on the ground in his like little twisted pose, and then he just like catches him and like winks at him, and then just stands up with him and secures him under his arms, gives him a little noogie.
Give me a Defy Danger Strength.
Yeah, all right. 12.
Handily.
Whoa.
So it turns out the Pumpkin King is still a halfling, so he is like 3 feet tall. You just pick him up into the air, and he's swinging his arms and legs.
Yeah, and he takes the sword out of his hand. You're gonna hurt somebody with that.
Unhand me! Release me! I am the Pumpkin King!
Yes, I understand, but right now you're my pumpkin prisoner.
Cute.
And you guys are like, twee! Like trying to
Yeah.
get your ears unplugged.
Tuck can't see or hear
Yeah.
anything.
I like run into Tuck because Billy also can't see or hear anything.
And Chuck's like, who's that? Is
Who's
it
that?
the Pumpkin
Oh my
King?
God. And then I start.
Oh, get him! Get him!
Yeah, get him!
I
You're
hit
so much
Billy
bigger
with
than I
a
thought you were.
folding chair.
Oh no.
Billy is out cold.
What'd she do?
Billy just gets fucking golfed
Yeah.
across the courtyard.
Man, Tuck has been a menace since he discovered folding chairs.
Got too amped. He's never seen a wrestling match.
Yeah, or a folding chair.
And you've got the Pumpkin King in your hands. He's kicking and swinging and screaming. And you hear, So sorry to do this to you, Jack, but your fortress is now under new management. And he goes, no, it couldn't be. You're dead. And he pulls off his hood and
Jesus!
giant eyebrows.
Holy shit! Whoa!
Wild Bill says, the reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
That's right. They weren't real.
Okay, so what's your plan from here?
Billy wakes up and
Having been hit with a folding
Yeah.
chair.
and he realizes what's going on. I think I should try to restrain the Pumpkin King. Like, we should tie him up or something.
I was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
put him up on the flagpole. What do you
Yeah,
think
I
of that?
wanted to wrap him in yarn.
Yeah, great.
And then we could string him up.
Perfect.
Okay, defy danger your dexterity to make sure that it is a secure knot.
Those ones suck. I'm using these. 11.
Okay, yeah, you
Yes.
like crochet the Pumpkin King.
I make a really good little like crocheted sleeping bag for him.
Like a papoose?
Yeah.
And you
Little
tighten the
drawstring.
you
Yeah.
tighten the drawstring around his neck and he's fully encased.
Yeah.
So cute.
What the world doesn't know is putting them in a papoose is the easiest way to defeat a halfling.
Yeah.
It's
It's also
true.
the most insulting.
It really is. Okay, the Pumpkin King is safely restrained.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So we cut to, we see the Pumpkin King's flagpole with the Pumpkin King himself attached, being hoisted into the air.
Oh, we used a bit of his flag as part of the papoose.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah,
fun.
nice.
And he's just like, you can't do this. You can't. You don't understand.
Don't we?
Stability. I bring stability to these lands. Without me, they'd be everyone would be overrun by the hogs.
You bring stability within these walls. These lands are far beyond the walls of your keep.
These walls are all that's left. You'll see. You'll all see. And then he's too far away to be heard.
Wait, can nobody hear me?
I'm talking really loud.
Yeah, I'm just pulling him up even higher.
No, I think the pumpkin makes it hard for me to be heard.
It's muffling his voice.
Is this thing on?
Let me back, I have to pee.
And then that crow from before, the one that kills for sport, lands on the top of the pole.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a weird look in his eye.
What's your deal?
I think he's tasted blood.
He's got a taste.
He starts pecking at the outside of his
Oh.
And Wild Bill like dusts off his hands and he goes, well, job done. The Pumpkin King has been eliminated, I suppose. You know, I have to say, I thought he would have been a greater threat than he turned out to be.
Yeah, that's what we're fighting about. Oh, nothing.
Very well.
I do have a question. Is everyone just on board with the Pumpkin King not being around
Yeah, they
anymore?
don't care.
They don't give a fuck?
Well, the guards have been tied up
Right.
Yeah.
and the people are like, there's a lot of like hugging between like the people that were here and the crows.
Oh.
And there's like a sort of sense of elation and relief
Okay.
from among the halfling people here.
He was kind of keeping them under.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was doing a thing that no halfling is cool with doing, which is like hoarding
Right.
and excluding people.
So everyone was kind of not okay with it.
Yeah.
Except for Steve, it seems like he really.
And the halflings are like, he did not ration the food. He rationed it from us.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, he's like a plump little halfling. He's been eating plenty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the guards are super plump.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
even plumper than normal.
That's why it was
Yeah.
so easy for the crows to feed them.
Yeah.
They just pushed them downstairs and then they kept rolling.
Oh, I'm not hurt, but I can't get up.
All the halflings are in that like billionaire tech guy starvation mode where their bodies and minds are running at peak efficiency.
They're all chewing nicotine gum.
And all of the former guards are in one of those, you know, in like a Walmart when there's just a bunch of balls in like kind of a netted
Yes.
cage.
A loose elastic cage.
Loose elastic cage. All the guards are in one of those.
Just like sitting in there like, huh. Well, we did it again, Jerry. Here we are again, back in the ball cage.
I told you it wouldn't work.
Could you guys shut up? I'm trying to.
They're all perfect spears.
somebody turn me around?
Who's
Watch the fire.
Who's shifting? Every time you shift, we all shift. Yeah, like there are mothers and their children and like elderly halflings coming out and just joy in their faces as they see their community beginning to reform.
There's a halfling version of that one picture from V-Day of like the soldier dipping the nurse, I think.
And there's another explosion from outside and glittering pieces of glass arc through the air as the kiss connects.
Oh, God.
Well, some of them are still live out there, I think.
I sure hope nobody's at the tent.
And now, to the matter at hand, I suppose.
Razor Tusk.
Razor Tusk.
Razor Tusk.
We have to open the gates.
We must waft the smell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does anyone have anything they can do to like cook the food or something?
Oh, yeah, that's what we should do. We should have a feast.
Oh, yeah.
We should have a big party feast.
Feast.
Oh, that's what halflings would do.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Amazing. And he's like, don't waste the food. ration.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a big feast.
Yeah. Big old cookout.
Yeah. In town or outside?
Just right in the square, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But we're going to open the doors wide open.
Yeah, so there's a breeze.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And maybe Ving can create a big breeze later on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean to toot. Stop it.
You also know where Razor Tusk is because of the...
Oh, yeah, because I marked him.
No, yeah, and you also turn the tusk into a compass.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about
And
that.
it always points to where he is, so you can blow the wind in his direction.
Great. That's why I did that.
Yeah. That's why I did that.
And that's why after doing that, I remembered that for this moment
Yeah.
to bring back the things to allow the episode to go forward.
It's
Yeah.
called planning and professionalism, guys.
And it always works out.
Then, okay, the halflings start looking at each other going, feast, 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 feast. And then everybody starts scattering and grabbing cooking implements, tables, chairs.
I thought there was a whole bunch of potatoes here just a minute ago.
Steve.
That means that the potatoes must have rolled away. And he picks up his broom. And he
And
goes,
I'll find him.
He puts sunglasses on. He's like, I'm coming for you, potatoes.
and the feast. Okay, what is each of you doing to help prepare for the feast?
So I'm gathering all the folding chairs that are made of wood and I'm throwing them into a huge pile because we're going to have like a bonfire kind of feast.
Nice.
Definitely not sitting on the chairs, just a full burn the
Yeah.
chairs. Beautiful. So Billy's dragging chair after chair after chair into the main square.
Mhm.
What's Tuck doing?
Shit. What could he do that would be the most effective to bring Razor Tusk? I think what Tuck is doing is he's taking the walls of the town down.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like he's what?
Defensively?
Is it bad? Is that a bad plan?
No. I was
that's
just thinking that
fine.
he is still a giant pig called Razor Tusk with magical armor.
Do we need somewhere safe to put the halflings?
Oh, maybe.
They
right?
could stay in the main keep area.
Or we can put them all in Dodge
Yeah.
and
yeah.
tell
Oh,
Dodge to
yeah.
run away. I guess I'm talking to Dodge. I'm taking down the fences, then I go and I talk to Dodge.
Okay, what do you need?
When everything kicks off with Razor Tusk,
Uh-huh.
can you keep the halflings with you, the ones that aren't going to be fighting them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and just keep them safe. So if like the pigs get too intense and we end up dying as a result of it,
Oh my gosh.
and then I lean into him and I go, it would be a really unsatisfying end to the podcast. So I doubt that that's what's going to happen.
Oh, for sure.
But if things go south, we need you to keep the halflings safe.
Can do.
Okay.
I've got a real fetching living room set sort of on my back right shoulder that I think they'll really like. It really brings my ass together.
And then Tuck goes and he starts taking the walls of the town down to open it back up.
Is that a good idea defensively? You know what? Never mind. You do your thing.
Yeah.
And he just stands there, rattling every once in a while, gently surveying all of the detritus that he can't wait to incorporate into his form. What's Ving doing?
Oh, he's creating an even bigger compass with a giant. There was like a kiddie pool where they were hanging out. Some of the higher
yeah.
guards were like
Cool.
lounging and they were like, it's a spa day. So everybody had to come in and like give them mud treatments.
Oh,
So he's taken that and filled it with water and he's magnetized the tusk. No, he's put it on a big leaf in the middle of the pool. so that everyone can use it as a guide. So he's not the only one who has to watch the tusk.
Oh, cool.
So
Gotcha.
everybody will know when it's coming and where it's coming from.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So the food gets cooked in the way that halflings like to cook food. So what kind of dishes are we seeing on these tables?
Boiled potatoes, mashed potatoes, roasted potatoes, barbecue potatoes.
Some of the guards that we brought in were like, oh, phew, like they dodged a bullet here.
Barbecue pumpkins, pumpkin pie, potato pie,
Whoa.
potato pot pie,
Whoa.
boiled eggs,
Whoa.
unpeeled.
Mm-hmm.
Unpeeled.
Yeah, they get boiled and then they get peeled and then they get put in a bowl.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dried blueberries, blueberry pie, blueberry stuffed potatoes.
Yum. Oh, dessert potatoes.
Yeah.
Billy's just melting down looking at all the different
Yeah.
foods.
Yeah.
Potato, blueberry potato pot, blueberry potato pie.
Gravy, blueberry.
Mushroom gravy,
Blueberry
potato
gravy.
pie.
Yeah,
Mushroom
Chuck's walked by a
gravy.
few times and Billy's just been in the exact same
Yeah.
spot listing thing.
Uh-huh.
Soup, so many soup.
Billy, can you help me with this fence?
What? And Billy looks over, his eyes are just
Actual potatoes.
Pupils are
glazed.
dilated.
Yeah, dilated. His mouth is dripping with drool.
I need
So
to.
gross.
Ving brings him a glass of water. He needs to hydrate.
He's losing too much fluid.
He's been drooling for days.
And Tuck takes down the last of the walls.
Yeah.
Lone Tree Hill is now returned. And I imagine, half crows have gone around and ripped down the Pumpkin King's banners.
Yeah.
And every time that happens, the Pumpkin King kind of kicks his arms and legs.
No.
My banners!
I really lose my deposit.
And the feast is on. People are digging into potatoes. People are digging into pies. People are digging into blueberries and all of the configurations that exist for those things.
People are
Nice.
doing reenactments of the fight around the fire, you know?
Yeah, and they're talking about how bad things were under the Pumpkin King, and
Ugh.
they keep pointing up at him and laughing.
Mhm.
Like, what a nerd! He ruined everything. And there's from the loose bag cage of round guards. There is some mutterances of "We're sorry, we're sorry."
Can I have a little piece of pie?
You just dump a bit of potatoes in here. We'll just grab what we can.
Throw me a little piece of raclette. A little bit of a raclette cheese.
Just a little bit of raclette, please. I'm begging you. Because the plan here is to waft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
we got big stew pots going and stuff.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Putting all the aromatics in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of garlic and stuff like that.
They put all the food and all the wafting dishes on a giant lazy Susan
Mm.
with the compass in the middle so that they
Oh.
can put all the waft around.
Oh,
they can turn
yeah.
it in a direction.
Yeah.
That's
Keep
a
it
good
going.
idea. And what is the actual power of the waft being completed by?
Elemental mastery.
All right.
Here
we
I go.
Elemental mastery.
Great, I got 7. So I get to choose one. I will choose the effect I desire comes to pass.
Okay. Which means that you pay nature's price and do not retain control.
That's correct.
Okay. So you start summoning the spirits of the wind and the air
Mhm.
to cast the smells of this food about.
It comes in like as the sparks of the fire are going up.
Oh.
They're turning into bat sparks,
Oh.
ashes, and they're coming down and like carrying off the scent. They're like going off in a big flock,
Oh, cool.
carrying off in different directions. All these different birds from leaves around the thing and little people's laughs and stories, or like
Oh.
somebody smoking a pipe and it goes up in the shape of like some crows and it goes off and they're spreading the scent off in
Yeah.
a certain direction.
Someone farts and it also
Yes. Yes.
So it farts and it comes out as like a frog.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it starts like
hopping away with
grabs a bunch of smells and starts hopping away.
no way.
Yeah.
I'll get this where it needs to go, buddy.
Ugh. What the hell was that?
That is the effect I desire coming to pass.
Yeah, that's it's true. So you do not retain. Okay, so the nature's price that you pay is, some bats and birds swoop down, taking these scents away, but a few like really become attached to you and start kind of swirling around you, suffusing you with this powerful scent of delicious food, which means you might end up being a bit of a focused target
Okay.
when the horde does show up.
Also a target for the halflings too.
Yeah. Delicious.
Hey, what are you doing?
And you do not retain control in the way that you like direct them towards where the compass is going, but they go all over. They scatter to the winds. And you're thinking, okay, well, if we're just trying to get Razor Tusk and his pigs here, we might be getting all of the pigs here.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it will make it tougher to tell when danger is actually approaching.
Why do I
Right.
even use this move?
Because it's really powerful.
So Wild Bill kind of kicks his feet up on the table. He's got a little pipe in his hand. He's patting his belly like a grandpa at a Christmas dinner that will be asleep in 20 minutes.
Cool. Right when the pigs show up.
Yeah.
Our job is done. Now all that we can do is wait.
One of his eyebrows is on fire.
The other one is like dipping down like across his
You
face.
can't feel or know anything about them because they're not actually
Yeah, he
attached
keeps
to
on
him.
like trying to get the eyebrow back up to where it's supposed to be. This is what I hate the most, the silence before the storm.
I hear you.
So yeah, he's lit his little pipe, and you can smell the very notable scent of halfling pipe leaf, and he just starts puffing away.
Are you getting high?
At my age, that doesn't really happen anymore. You smoke enough of this stuff, it's kind of impossible.
Being sober is kind of like being high for me now.
I'm just aware of too many things when I'm sober, It's overwhelming.
My first name is Wild. Oh, he's definitely getting high.
He is blasted right now.
Wild.
Wild.
You ever thought about how that sound feels?
Wild.
Wild.
Thought about how that word feels in your mouth?
Is that a word?
Who puts L's before D's?
Yeah, so this is your opportunity to just kind of chat with Bill,
Uh-huh.
ask around, and like get to know some of the other halflings.
Vic's talking to one of the halflings that's helping him on the Lazy Susan.
Yeah,
Who's been like, it just showed up and been like a right-hand person who's been a really good help.
yeah.
His
What's
name is Armin.
Armin.
Oh, nice.
Is there any halfling river legends that you know of?
Mm,
Who knows the river best around here?
okay. Roll a spout lore with this determining what Armin knows.
I'd like to use druidic lore.
Oh,
When I consult the trove of ancient knowledge within me to examine the events of the world, roll plus wisdom. On a hit, GM will ask you a question about the subject. Whatever you say is true, 7 and 9, the GM will introduce complicating or contradictory information.
okay.
Does that make sense to use it here?
Yeah. Armin, what do you know about the trove of druidic knowledge inside of me?
Yeah. I like the idea that halflings are insular and they're really good at parables. Like they have wonderful stories,
Mhm.
but he's using his ideas of druidic lore to understand his stories in a bigger context.
Oh,
Totally, yeah.
yeah,
That makes sense.
totally.
Okay, great.
So it's what, 2d6 plus wisdom?
Plus wisdom.
Okay.
Ooh, I got 9.
Oh boy. So what we know is that the river courses down and then dips into the Everwood itself
Uh-huh.
and then comes back out and goes around. And
Mhm.
it's usually like the in and out of the Everwood, which is where things disappear and reappear.
Right.
There's like an underwater passage. It gets sucked underground.
Mhm. Maybe Armin has a story of, yeah, like there, oh, there. I'm Armin. I'm working out a voice.
Yeah, he's a little younger.
I just graduated from Halfling High School.
Whoa.
You went to Halfling High?
Yep, I got a 3.1 GPA. That's gross pumpkin average.
That's really good.
That's a
Armin.
really good
Thank
GPA.
you. I was able to grow 3.1 full-sized pumpkins by the end of term.
That's
Thank
the
you.
whole high school.
That's the whole,
It's
how
just
many
growing.
successful pumpkins you can grow.
Oh, you did the pumpkin stream. Cool. I was wheat.
Oh, well, it's
Wheat's hard to measure.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that,
Right. Okay.
Hey now, Armin.
All right. I come from a pumpkin family.
Yeah. But without wheat, you wouldn't have pumpkin bread, so
And without pumpkin, you wouldn't have wheat bread.
You're so right. We all got to work together. That's really what the Everwood value. That's what you got. And he puts his hands out on all of you. That's what you guys have really taught us here. And there's 3 of you, so he's moving his hands around to make sure he's touching each of you.
Nice. Very considerate.
But anyway, things wash up in the winter shins and the sunwise. Things appear in the water from far away or long ago. Or sometimes people say far ahead.
Whoa.
Does anyone in town keep these things anywhere?
What? I mean, I've heard things.
Like what?
There's a old halfling woman that lives out near the Everwood. Some say she trolls the river collecting things that wash up in its waters. Some say she went through the waters herself.
Whoa. That's what I'm asking about.
That's a creepy thing.
What's her name?
Well, I mean, I don't know her birth name. She's up there, but everybody just calls her Nana.
Huh.
Hmm.
Cool. She might have cool shit we can see.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you had questions about the Sunwise and the Widdershins, she probably knows more than anyone else in the valley.
Cool.
But that's, assuming that we aren't all trampled to death by pigs in the next hour or two.
Yes, of course.
There's a real, about to storm the beaches of Normandy vibe to this feast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
everybody standing in those boats. Where they're
Yeah.
like, well, nice knowing you guys.
Some people are barfing it's because they had too many potatoes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Anything else you want to ask? Anyone else you want to talk to?
Oh, I wanted to talk to Wild Bill.
Okay, yeah.
Is
He's
he-
just sitting there smoking his pipe. His eyes are getting a little red.
Oh, you're right. He's getting high.
He's not getting high. He's becoming high because he's smoking it, but he's not doing it with the intention of becoming high.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
He is high now.
This is what he's been
He's
telling
high, okay? What's the problem?
He's-
Oh,
what he's
Wild
saying.
Bill.
This is what
He's
he's
getting a
saying.
little
Okay,
paranoid.
I'm a little high. All right.
I
Do you
asked-
think Razor Tusk will know that I'm high?
What is going on with you and Razor Tusk, dude?
If you ever how familiar are you? How experienced are you with intelligent animals?
And then Tuck looks at Ving.
Ving is looking. Ving glances at Billy.
Then Billy looks around like, what?
A dove gets its throat sliced and falls into the fire.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
Another one for my notch belt.
The crow is saying this to Jack Wick.
Did you see that, Jack? I didn't even feel anything that time.
Jesus.
Jack's like, help me.
This is going to become a problem.
And Bill says, if you're hunting an animal, that's one thing. It's you versus the animal. No communication, no understanding. You in pure survival mode. But when you got an intelligent animal that you can communicate with in some way, that's basically another person. So we've got kind of a rapport.
That makes sense. I had a rapport once.
Yeah, I bet.
Wait, is Tuck getting high?
Yeah, he's getting a contact
Oh
high.
yeah, all the smoke is being blown at him.
Yeah, because all these
food
flies.
smells.
Yeah, and
Because Ving's got all these wind bats around. him.
Right, yeah. Now they're taking weed smoke places.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're all getting hot.
we're all getting because every
All the
time
halflings are like,
Ving's just a walking hot box. Sick.
every time Wild Bill ashes his pipe, which is quite frequently, he does it into the thing that's making the smoke.
right, yeah. And all the bats fly away.
Oh shit! Yeah, I have rapport. Yeah, I had rapport with a dragon. He's my best friend.
Whoa, what?
Dragon would have fit on that boat so good.
Oh, here we go again.
Dragon was definitely the size that you could fit on the boat.
All I'm saying,
I'll never forget.
if I had to think
I'll
about
never ever forget.
are
Tuck
we
is
talking
staring
about?
into the fire. He's getting so high.
if I had to think about
I'll
it, I'd
never
think there are several things to consider with a dragon on a boat. One, they're pretty heavy, right? And I know that boats carry heavy stuff.
Boats carry heavy stuff. People on the Discord did the math on this.
So what? You put the dragon on the top deck, and then the whole boat is top heavy. And the second that boat turns, the whole thing capsizes.
How much of the keel you think is in the water, dude? The Clearwater is a huge boat.
How you getting that dragon below decks, though?
It can be above deck. Have you ever seen a super tanker?
I don't buy it.
Wild Bill and Abdul, stop fighting.
That's what I like about you, man. You're willing to think about things. That's what I like about all three of you. Billy, I used to be terrified of you when I was a kid.
Likewise.
Wild Bill nods and like,
We flash back to them when Wild Bill was a child and Billy was also a child.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
yeah.
true.
And Wild Bill's just like got a handful of blackberries.
And a full mustache.
Full handlebar mustache.
And Billy's hiding in the bushes, like trying to stay still, but he's getting so cut up by the blackberry thorns.
And Bill like throws a blackberry towards Billy.
And Billy jumps back
And-
like a dog.
And Bill jumps back and runs away.
But then Billy comes crawling out like a dog and takes the blackberry and has like the little tears in his eyes because he's like, wow, he's so kind.
Oh.
Aw.
And Bill is just pop, 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 just running away,
Yeah.
dust kicking up behind him.
And then Billy follows his tracks. And
Like a dog.
Yeah, like a dog. And hangs around his house.
Like a dog.
And he'll peer into the windows at night
Like a
sometimes.
dog.
And I think we see Bill at night coming out with like a little cup of milk and he like puts it on the windowsill.
Billy crawls over
Yeah. And then like
and gets really drunk and
Yeah, I was
passes
gonna
out.
say, oh my
Oh,
god.
right, sorry. I
It's
went
like NyQuil for Billy.
right. I went
Yeah.
old school folklore with
Yeah.
it. Probably not milk. But yeah, I guess we see some images of like this relationship that Bill had with Billy. Like this sort of old school folklore relationship where he would like leave offerings for Billy.
Mhm.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Billy's this like little grumbly dirtbag baby boy.
Yeah. And Bill got like older and older and
Mhm.
Billy stayed the same age, but he kept leaving things for Billy.
Yeah. It sounds like you were like full feral at that point, like
Mhm.
subverbal almost.
Yeah.
Even. Yeah. And then
Oh.
like just even the kindness of Bill like kind of brought you.
There would be things that would happen where Billy would be like exiled for long periods of time,
Mm-hmm.
but he would like, hang around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And Bill just like looks at Billy. You guys can see Bill is looking at Billy like very affectionately.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Like an old dog that came back.
Yeah,
after
exactly.
Years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense that Wild Bill is like this like almost living legend
Mhm.
then, because it's like Billy's been like trading with him. So he's
Yeah.
been becoming like more capable. Like he has a bunch of fairy blessings on him.
Totally.
essentially.
That's
That's
true.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of luck on his
Yeah,
side,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is why he can like traverse so far and do all these weird things and come back unscathed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like a little fae in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like Step Fae.
Yeah.
And Billy is absolutely blasted right now. Does not take much. And he's being like, we all have secrets, Wild Bill.
We all do have secrets, Billy. More secrets than some of us even know.
Sometimes I don't even know my own secrets.
Sometimes I don't even know my own self.
Yeah, Billy, what are your secrets, sir? Oh, he's asleep.
Wee, 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 wee.
His eyes are still open.
His eyes are wide open.
Oh, wow.
we gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta go.
Bill, wake up.
Bill,
Wait,
Wee, 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 wee.
we're not done talking
Oh, wait,
yet.
hey, hold on, hey.
I'm not asleep. You're asleep.
I was watching that.
I was watching that. Just such an old man.
Yeah, that really got me.
Has every dad done that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every Christmas there's a grandfather that falls asleep in an armchair and then wakes up and says, I was
I was
watching.
watching that.
My dad would fall asleep. He'd close his eyes on the couch,
Snore.
but like be listening to the news.
How?
So then you change and be like, I'm listening to that. Like, Dad,
Yeah, creepy.
this is bullshit, Dad. We only have one TV. It's
We're-
1998.
Dad, we're fucking poor.
Do you want me to go read? I did. I read a lot.
Yeah.
All right. What question do you want to ask?
I think I wanted to ask if he knew about Mother Never Was.
Mm.
And
Just
what
straight
he-
up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
And he goes, we're heading to the war down in High Spear.
Wow. War down in High Spear, huh? Them long shanks, they're always getting in fights. They can't work together.
Yeah. I think we might have to go through the Gray Marsh
Oh.
where Mother Never Was is.
Where Mother Never Was is.
Isn't that what she like lives in there?
I mean, if you believe that.
Do you not?
I've come to learn in my old age
Okay.
that a lot of things that people say and believe are based on fear and speculation.
Okay.
Maybe the marshes do change people, but maybe it's the experience of the marsh that changes someone and not a magical crone actually changing them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe there is. If you had more that you wanted, you'd have to make a roll.
I'll make a roll, yeah.
I've had quite a lot of marijuana.
But that's what he's asking for, is for me to roll him a joint.
Yeah. You're going to have to make a roll of some kind.
If you know what I
Good
mean. He ran out of weed is what happened.
He starts tapping the bottom of his pipe like,
yeah.
wow,
You're going to have
that's
to
pretty
make
empty.
a roll. So can I, roll a joint for him?
Is this how you do it?
to get him to open
I think
up?
it's still Spout Lore,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay, here we go.
2d6 plus intelligence.
Okay.
Smoking a J.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Please, fucking God, be a good roll.
Well, you rolled it into a pile of shit, so you can't actually tell which
It's
one is
5.
Well, this one is 1, and this one is 4.
Oh no.
And then I have a -1. So that's 3.
which. Okay,
Or 4. It's 4.
4. Yeah, what he kind of makes clear is that he doesn't necessarily believe in Mother Never Was.
Yeah.
Because this isn't like a historic figure. It is a myth.
Right.
Or like a local legend.
Yeah.
It's like, there are lots of things about the Everwood and the Valley that I don't believe, but that I've seen, and then I tell other people and they don't believe,
Like this little gaffer here.
Yeah. Lots of years I told people that there was a small immortal boy.
And Billy is standing around, whipping the sword around.
And it's making so many jingling
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah. And look at him. He's large as life.
We can see him you're kind of in the middle distance and you're doing a kata, basically.
Yeah. Do full Star Wars kid.
I trip over a pine cone. Whoa.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. No, he's got it.
But he gets the sword straight up in the air so he doesn't
Good
hurt
recovery.
himself.
I'm fine.
Look at him. He's fine.
It's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Your
But
mistakes are successes.
I've spent, I'd say, most of my life here in the Everwood Valley.
What parts of your life have you not spent here?
Oh, there was a brief time that I went up north for a little bit. I hit up Penusia for a bit of my youth, went to some music festivals,
Did a bit of kissing.
did a bit of kissing, kissed a couple folks.
That's so funny to me.
But turns out at the end of the day, it's not for me. Anyway.
Yeah, they weren't Razor Tusk after all.
Whoa, now hold on.
Or marijuana?
I only got one love in this life, and her name is Mary Jane.
Yeah. Her name is Mary Jane, and I also have an It's Complicated with Razor Tusk.
This is a pig. I'm not addressing this again.
I'm not addressing the pig in the room.
People keep asking, and I keep refusing to answer, which I think is what's leading them to ask more.
It's the fact that people are asking and I'm giving a reasonable answer is what's making people be like, he's hiding. So
What's going on with him? Anyway, when I think about it, this world is big. Who's to say there isn't a magic lady out there that can give you all your dreams?
he falls asleep with his eyes open.
Eyes wide open.
He's making eye contact with Tuck.
You he stopped. You think he's about to say something.
We all lean in.
I wave my hand in front of his face.
Nothing.
Ving takes the joint out of his mouth so he doesn't burn himself.
And then wee wee wee. And then in the distance, you hear wee wee.
Whoa!
No! Pig apocalypse!
Ving starts ringing the bells.
Yeah.
Everyone to their stations.
He takes a puff of the weed and puts it out in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He flicks the cherry out the end and puts it in his pocket.
Like it's 2007.
Such an uncle move.
I'm keeping this.
Does this one?
And you hear Jack high above cackling.
Oh, fuck.
What do you do?
We clear out all the people into the
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
it's called.
Dodge.
Right, yeah.
Dodge kneels down in that like really tall animal way where he goes like one leg, second leg.
Yes.
And everybody piles on.
And Ving shoves all the food that's not cooked already up his ass, puts it back into his cornucopia.
Yeah,
so
and
that
the
he can
cor-
keep, because that's important. They're going to need this in
Yeah.
the following
That's true.
days.
The cornhole puckers a little bit to hold everything in.
Yes, exactly. Relax, buddy. No, he says, put it in my butt. Into me, he says.
Inside me.
Ugh, all like the woven like straw of the cornucopia.
The
like,
rattan.
puckers up.
Yeah.
These two
Close
pantry
up.
doors behind him. Creak.
And he gets back up to his feet.
This is all that is left of the wealth of the Halfling Lands. Lives in your butt now.
I will take this honor seriously. What now shall I do?
Escape to safety. Cross the Widdershins. They cannot make the journey.
This shall be your final request. From here on out, he a little like clack, 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 like hand emerges and he grips yours in a predator high five.
I'm going to miss you.
I shall miss you as well, Spirit Walker.
Just know that your form may go, but your spirit remains tied to this land. You have done a very good thing for these people here.
You have done a good thing for the spirits. It is the least I can do to repay your kindness and guidance.
And then a third hand comes in because Chuck feels left out.
We're doing a thing here.
And then
watch the hand.
Tuck like grabs it.
Yeah,
And he's
we
like,
are doing
yeah,
a
we
thing.
are, buddy. We're doing a thing. All three of us.
We're all doing
Oh,
a
good
thing.
friends.
Billy,
Doing
get
a
in
thing.
Thing.
Thing complete.
It's cool. It's cool to not feel left out of
Cool.
things.
Yeah, I like when I'm part of the gang.
And Dodge nods, his head rattling with a wealth of beautiful mid-century antiques.
His horns are filled with halflings riding.
Yeah,
his
gripping,
antlers.
gripping tight. And he turns and he begins to lope for the country. Yeah, very slowly, so people don't get whipped off. Slowly, but assuredly,
Speedily.
heads for the river. And the people, the innocent people of Lone Tree Hill are safe, leaving only those ready for battle.
So it's just the crows, I think.
Mhm.
And I
Sorry.
guess a loose rubber cage full of spherical halfling guards.
Oh, yeah.
The guards.
The guards. Let us out. We can help.
Yeah, they actually do start saying, "We can fight! We can fight!"
You leave us to certain death upon each other's backs like this.
How do I know I can trust you, though?
We have seen the error of our ways.
Have you really?
Yes, the sense of a feast we could not partake in reminded us of the importance of community.
Can I use Deathless on them to like threaten them into not leaving?
Yeah, totally. Read Deathless.
You know your end, and this knowledge echoes through time. Your enemies can see death on you. When you enter a fight, knowing your death will not come, roll plus wisdom. On a hit, your foes are dismayed and take +1 on going against them.
As written, I think this would be more you like preparing for the fight at large.
Okay.
And them seeing that and being like, okay, don't fuck with this guy.
We can't betray
Yeah.
him.
He
Yeah.
will kill us and
Yeah.
he is immortal.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and roll it.
That's 8.
Okay. All right, so on a 7 to 9.
My enemies are dismayed, and I take +1 on going against them.
Okay, so let's describe the scene. We see Lone Tree Hill, the barricades dismantled,
Yeah.
the crows preparing for battle, arming themselves.
The tusk is fixed.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah,
vibrating.
Quivering in the
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
The smoke bats and birds carrying scents far and wide swirl around in a great whirlwind.
Oh, like
Oh.
vultures.
Yeah,
Around
vultures.
the city.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're vultures now. That's so
Oh,
cool.
that's so cool. They are all getting everyone very high.
Everyone is blasted.
Everyone's so high.
Mhm.
And on the hill in front of you, across this muddy, muddy wasteland, pigs, hogs, mighty pork rise above the horizon.
Worms at our feet are coming out of the ground.
Oh, is the ground.
Excited by the vibrations
Yeah.
of the horde.
Oh, cool.
And then to your right, to your left, behind you, more pigs.
Oh, shit.
The smells went far and wide, and the hogs of the hogpocalypse answered.
Billy does the speech from Lord of the Rings before the fight.
What is
Which
good
one's
to
that?
it?
An hour of pigs and shattered shields when the age of halflings comes crashing down.
Yes!
It is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, crows of the Halfling Lands.
By all the pies and the mashed potatoes.
Tonight we feast!
Tonight we feast.
Tonight we feast in hell.
It turns to 300.
Holy shit.
And they all start like stomping their
Yeah.
feet,
Yeah.
banging their swords on their shields.
Yeah, it turns into 300. We're in 300
Yeah.
now. Yeah, 300 mode. 300 mode.
Oh
And
my God.
above you on the hillside, the pig ranks open and thundering into the center of the mass. A mighty hog. The last glimmers of the setting sun glint off armor, ancient and burnished. One tusk gone, fully shorn off his face. Razor Tusk, the war pig. Generals gathered in their masses. Baba.
The last of the bombs that I made shatters and it sings that song.
It is Black Sabbath. Awesome. Oh yeah, turn it up, baby. Lumbering
Yeah.
to the front of the horde.
Sick. You can see all of the arcane runes carved into his, and as the kind of the light disappears, you can see they're still glowing with arcane energy.
Whoa.
Like carved into his armor.
There's a drop, so keep going.
Yeah.
Keep describing stuff, guys.
Yeah, the light emits from all the runes and it burns into Billy's eyes as he sees all the ancient words of his people.
As the tusk is focused on where he is focused on the tusk. It has called him home, and it wants to be rejoined with his magic armor.
Yeah.
He starts galloping slowly.
Yeah.
The pigs start ambling forward.
And Tuck starts to Hulk run.
Across
Ving
the
says,
field.
"To war!"
And the halflings, the crows all cheer and charge forward.
To pork!
To pork!
And I think that's where we're going to end it for this week. I've been your Game Master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
So long, everybody.
Playing Ving the Half-Elf Druid, Paul Oppers.
Take care.
Playing Fat Billy the Halfling Thief, Jessica Ty.
Goodbye.
Thank you to all of you, our supporters out there, for supporting us on Patreon. Without you, this show simply would not be possible. We've made a bunch of big announcements recently.
Oh, yeah.
I think by this point you would have heard them. We record the episodes quite a ways ahead. By this point, I think it's
at
been
least 2 weeks in advance.
At least.
at least 2 weeks. But by this point, you've probably heard.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you know that we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got Mallbrats coming out every 2 weeks on Fable and Folly, which we are now a part of, I
Yes.
realize.
So exciting.
It's all in the announcement. You can
Yes.
listen to that. We don't have to recount it all here.
Go back and listen to the announcement.
I think it's important. Not everybody wants to go listen to an announcement.
We really need you to listen to those announcements.
Yeah.
Really bad. Really bad. We have to.
Paul, you gotta listen to the announcement.
I thought we were making our own network.
So
What am I going to do with all these posters? This pair of underwear I made, that's the
says-
shape of our podcast.
In the shape of what aspect of it?
You answered your own question.
the aspect. So go check that out. We've got a lot of stuff coming up this year, especially this summer. So we're very excited. You'll hear about our brand new show, the one coming after Spout Lore.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
pretty big.
So just go and check us out on Patreon. The support is huge and means so much to us, and means that one day, hopefully soon, we'll be able to do this full time. Because something that we reiterate in the announcement that I think is very important to know is for the entirety of the show, we've all been working full-time jobs.
At least full time.
At least full-time.
At least
one.
full-time.
Sometimes multiple full-time
Sometimes,
jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, I work 60 hours a week at my normal job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica has a cocaine habit that we have not talked about. It's very expensive. And we're all contributing to it. So if you also could contribute to it.
enable us to enable her.
Legally and truthfully, that is not real.
We are enablers.
That's true.
The only habit.
just doesn't have a cocaine habit, obviously.
No, it's obviously
Scared of
Abdul.
cocaine.
Obviously, it's
Yeah,
Abdul.
it's obvious Abdul.
Obviously,
Who's
I
the
have
one who doesn't sleep and
Who
doesn't
hates
eat.
sleep and looks good.
Yeah.
But she reads all the
Clear
stories.
skin.
Yeah, cocaine
All-
sounds great according to you guys.
Yeah, it
actually.
does, doesn't it?
I don't actually know which one it is. I think it's the one that goes up the nose.
Yes.
All right,
Wow.
so check out the announcement. Support us on Patreon. Get access to a bunch of bonus stuff, including some game test sessions for systems that we're thinking of using
Yeah, for
for
the
the
new
next
show.
game. And thank you to Aaron Reed for our intro and outro music. You can find Aaron on bandcamp.com and all of the music produced for the show on Spotify. Lots
Yes.
of places.
Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, it's everywhere.
Yeah. And check us out on social media. We've been making a real push lately. So support us there, follow, share, all that stuff. And most of all, thank you to all of you for listening. We'll see you next time.
And so ends the tale of adventures three who tried the best they can. Though dumb and scared and lost they be, fun times abreast in revelry. And though our journey may be lying a conclusion, we will not leave you without a resolution. Return next week to hear some more whilst you commute or do your chores. And for you, I'd gladly spout more.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
So now what am I supposed to believe? Is any of this for real?
Well, it looks to me like you're trying to hide.
Yeah, my mom always said don't trust anybody.
Maybe they'd want to know where you're hiding out tonight.
Thank you for returning my license, Joseph.
That ding-dang detector fooled you.
But she was married, you know.
Stop being a little prick.
Do you have your doubts?
All right, kids, say goodbye to Uncle Joseph.
I'll handle it.
Whoa there, buddy.
To say how sorry we are to hear about your
Why
parents.
is she talking about you having a mustache?
You want to take a walk?
3 complete seasons of Dirt, an audio drama, are now available to binge wherever you listen to podcasts or at dirtaudiodrama.com.
Spout Lore is proudly a Spout Lore Studios production.
A podcast for best friends by best friends.